This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. Now let's talk about it, man. Gervonta Tank Davis. Well, you guys hear it. And the prediction king strikes again. And the prediction king strikes again. Hino's Sport just did a video the other day talking about Gervonta Tank Davis calling Devin Haney a clout baby. Look, he got on Brian Custer. And he was just stunned. The guy is the next pay-per-view star. We can see this. This guy sells out arenas. Gervonta Tank Davis is not only a hot pocket item inside of the ring. He's a hot pocket item outside of the ring. Let me say it again. Gervonta Tank Davis is not only a hot pocket item inside the ring. And when I say item, I'm referring to boxer. He's also a hot pocket item or boxer outside the ring. This man generates revenue. People like to be around Gervonta Tank Davis. That's a star power quality that someone like a Devin Haney has the potential to have, but he doesn't have the right people under him. Eddie Hearn cannot do for Devin Haney what Floyd Mayweather could do for him. That's why it was a faulty move on Devin Haney's part to go with Matchroom Sports. Hopefully he learns that before it's too late, so that way he can fall his ass up under the Mayweathers, not only from a boxing standpoint, but also from a marketing standpoint, so that he can become that superstar. Because I've said it before, Devin Haney has that cachet in order for him to do it. But Gervonta Tank Davis, he has star power, man. People not only want to see what Gervonta Tank Davis is doing inside the ring, they also want to talk to this guy and get his idea and his opinion outside the ring. That's star power quality. Earl the True Spence has that. Deontay Wilder has that. This is why these guys are hated upon, because of the star power quality that they have inside and outside the ring. The Charlos are getting there too, because the Charlos are must-see TV outside of the ring, just like they are inside the ring. There are just certain people that have that star power element. Adrian Broner had it. He just kind of messed his career up by not staying focused. And there are people like the Terrence Bud Crawfords, the Chihuahuas, barking behind the damn fence that are just boring as hell. They don't have that. Gervonta Tank Davis has that. And if you notice in the interview, Gervonta Tank Davis was talking about Leo Santa Cruz and how he needs to go sit down somewhere and what? Higgity fucking hush. Because you have to look at what Leo Santa Cruz is thinking here. Leo Santa Cruz thinks that this is going to be a Floyd Mayweather versus a Castillo type of fight. That's not going to happen. Because what you have to understand is this. Castillo, in that first fight against Floyd Mayweather actually was going into that fight with an injury. That's why that fight went as long as it did. Floyd Mayweather injured himself. And he still performed and he still outboxed Castillo, contrary to what Castillo fans or Floyd Mayweather haters want to tell you. But then we have to see here and we have to look at Gervonta Tank Davis and we have to look at what this guy brings to the table. Fight fans said that they wanted to see Gervonta Tank Davis focus. Well, a fighter is as last as what he's presented in front of us. Let me say it again. A fighter is as what he is last presented in front of us. And what is presented in front of us? Gervonta Tank Davis is focused. He's been living in that gym. He looks like he's damn near close to fight weight. And he looks like he's almost ready to get there. He's peaking well before time. This man is putting in work. Just the other day, I watched Gervonta Tank Davis put in 10 rounds of sparring. All I know is Leo Santa Cruz is going to lose 5 years off of his boxing career. Let me say it again. Leo Santa Cruz is going to lose 5 years off of his boxing career. Anybody that has a sense of brain, even if it's a peon brain, even if it's a reverse bias, aka detractor, aka pandering brain, because we know what pandering narratives do. They have a ceiling cap. Once they go up, woo, they must come tumbling down. Even they will tell you that Leo Santa Cruz has no chance in this fight. He has as much chance in this fight as a Teofimo Lopez has with a Vasily Lomachenko. It is called a puncher's chance. That's what he has. As a matter of fact, it's even worse. Because Gervonta Tank Davis is going to make us forget about the Jose Pedraza beatdown. I've been saying this and I'm going to say it again. He's going to make us forget about the Jose Pedraza beatdown. This is going to be a classic. You remember that embarrassment? You remember that beatdown that Floyd Mayweather was giving to Arturo Gatti? It's going to be like that, but even worse. Because Gervonta Tank Davis has that power, man. I done told you guys, he is a Mighty Mouse iteration of Roy Jones Jr. meets Mike Tyson. It's a combo variation. And then on top of that, he's a pool counter extraordinaire. Floyd Mayweather made the pool counter on such an extraordinary level. Pool counters have always been around in boxing, but Floyd Mayweather, he took that shit to the next level, dog. You see him pool countering even when he's approaching his opponent. Every time he's approaching, you know what I'm saying? He always got that, because he always in that defense mind when he's about to get ready to throw at you. That pool counter is something serious, bruh. And Gervonta Tank Davis mastered that art. And the reason why he mastered it, so he can get that hook up in your ass. So he can turn around and throw that uppercut up on you, man. And he has the power to do that. Another thing with Gervonta Tank Davis that makes him elite is his weight distribution on his power. He knows how to weight transfer the power from one end of his fist to the next. Man, what I said was so deep and profound. Let me let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me? Hear me? Wow. Gervonta Tank Davis knows how to weight transfer one distribution of power from one hand to the next. This is something that is a special skill set. And that's why you saw Danny Cherry picking Garcia, the one that's going to get his cherry pop on November 21st, said, that's the guy that I look at. Because I got to give Danny Garcia one credit here. That's what he does well, too. He knows how to transfer the weight. He knows how to do weight transfers, weight distribution on power from one end of his hand to the other. And I think that's what he marvels about Gervonta Tank Davis. The thing with Gervonta Tank Davis, unlike Danny Garcia, whose power is overrated at 147. Let me say it again. Danny Garcia's power, who's overrated at 147, because I'm going to put his ass on notice in the next video when I'm going to talk about Earl the True Spencer is going to Danny Garcia's Cherry Part 23. But Gervonta Tank Davis' power is legit. When Gervonta Tank Davis hits you, there's no coming up. See, if people are clamoring about Teofimo Lopez power and they're saying Teofimo Lopez power is out of this world, Gervonta Tank Davis's power is out of this orbit, y'all. That's how powerful he is. This is why He Knows His Sport calls him the iteration of Mike Tyson meets Roy Jones Jr. Because you're talking about a fighter that has that combination skill set to where he can demolish you. And then on top of that, Gervonta Tank Davis has explosion. He's athletic, and he can turn around and tire you out throughout the course of the fight. This guy keeps coming at you, man. Even when Gervonta Tank Davis wasn't at his best, he finishes his fights. Now you're talking about a Gervonta Tank Davis that's putting in rounds, jump roping, learning those little tricks and those little nooks and crannies, those little extras that Floyd Mayweather's teaching, the little nuggets. And I've heard a lot of fight fans say that Devin Haney versus Gervonta Tank Davis is going to be another Floyd versus Zab Judah. That's highly disrespectful because first and foremost, Devin Haney ain't no damn Floyd Mayweather. Let's just get that together. Anybody that wants to sit here and tell themselves that Devin Haney is the next Floyd Mayweather, no. See, people always want to sit here and put people on the level of greatness personification. Devin Haney has a lot to prove. I'm not saying he can't get there, but he has a lot to prove before you can start putting that tag on him. But Gervonta Tank Davis ain't no fucking Zab Judah. Because to be a Zab Judah, that means you have to be a front runner. And last time I checked, Gervonta Tank Davis ain't no damn front runner. Has he been exposed in the ring? No, Zab Judah has. So stop the faulty comparisons. They absolutely make no sense. That's just brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads running their mouths and just talking just for the sake of talking, just to make things sound good. See, this is the problem with this Rudy Poor and Plum Plum Brain. Classic Doden Troglodyte, ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric generation. They want to compare everyone to the greats. They want to compare these guys who the stock to me in today's boxing is not equivalent to the stock before and want to say that they're on the same level. It don't work like that. You have to do things to showcase that you're really on that level. You have to do things legendary for us to say, okay, you know, we're going to give you the Floyd Mayweather tag. From here on out, anyone that wants to compare someone to Floyd Mayweather, before they make that comparison, this person needs to start doing legendary type of stuff before that comparison can even make sense. Otherwise, go sit down somewhere and what? Higgity fucking hush. The bottom line is this: Leo Santa Cruz is going to be punch drunk completely at the end of the fight. I already told you guys, when you listen to this guy talk, he's not even 30 years old and he already sounds like a punch drunkard. He is going to go into the oblivion of complete punch drunkardness. That's the cold-hearted, that's the unadulterated, and that's the cutthroat true teller fashion. At the end of this fight, Gervonta Tank Davis is taking 5 years off of Leo Santa Cruz's boxing career. And that's just the way it's going to roll. It's just as simple as that. No two ways around that. This is He Knows the Sport. Check it out.